Question number 3, Honourable David Parker.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Finance. Has the asset sale program met all 5 tests he set in Budget 2011? And if not, does he accept responsibility for any of its failures?
Honourable Tony Ryle.
On behalf of the Minister of Finance, yes.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Parker.
How can he say he met the test for widespread and substantial New Zealand ownership when his rushed sale of Air New Zealand shares, rammed through in advance of the referendum, had only 6,500 retail investors, just 0.1% of the New Zealand population?
Honourable Tony Ryle.
Mr Speaker, I think the Air New Zealand sell-down was a remarkable success for the New Zealand taxpayers. It certainly provided us with, I think, well over $316 million of cash, and New Zealanders still retain 53% of the company in terms of the government's shareholding.
Point of order, Honourable David Parker.
Mr Speaker, my primary question was about the 5 tests. My supplementary was about the test for widespread and substantial New Zealand ownership.
Order.
And the answer didn't address that.
Order. The answer did address that, in my opinion. Supplementary question? Or question? Does a member have supplementary question?
Supplementary
question,
Mr.
Honourable
Speaker.
David Parker.
How can he say that the capital will be used to fund, quote, schools and hospital when he and his colleagues have promised the asset sales money many times over to projects including subsidising irrigation, Minister Guy, rebuilding Christchurch, Minister Brownlee, capitalising Kiwi Bring, Minister English, Kiwi Rail recapitalisation, Mr Joyce, paying down debt, Mr Royal, the War Memorial, Mr Finlayson, the City Rail Link, Mr Key, and of course the bailout of Solid Energy?
Honourable Tony... Order! Honourable Tony Ryle.
Well, Mr Speaker, when you have $4 billion of proceeds in the Future Investment Fund, the government has a number of options. And that is why we have always said the benefit of the mixed ownership model program as part of our wider economic plan is to help us to control debt and use those proceeds for important infrastructure. There is no need, therefore, to borrow those funds from overseas bankers as the party opposite would do.
Order. Supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. How can he say the asset sales program is a success when he's now $2 billion short on the proceeds he promised?
Honourable Tony Ryle.
Mr Speaker, I can say the mixed ownership model program is a success because the government has achieved the 5 objectives that it set. And the main one, of course, is the fact that we have money, $4 billion, which we can use as part of the Future Investment Fund for important social investments. If that party is so confident in its own position, we are awaiting their pledge to buy back those assets.
Supplementary.
Order. Supplementary question, the Honourable David Parker.
Does he take any responsibility for the collapse of Solid Energy, given that he has been the shareholding minister since 2008, and it was him who told Solid Energy to expand, take on more debt, pay higher dividends, turning a billion-dollar company into something that is insolvent and had to reach a compromise with its creditors?
Honourable
Speaker,
Order. Honourable Tony Ryle.
On behalf of the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Finance is not responsible for the 40% collapse in world coal prices, nor is he responsible for the business path that company was put on by the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Parker.
How can he claim the asset sales program is a success when he's billions of dollars short of the minimum $5 billion he promised? He failed to achieve widespread ownership, and those who have invested have suffered losses and now have less confidence in capital markets rather than more, as shown by the decreasing number of retail investors that have invested in each of these companies as they've been flogged off.
Honourable Tony Ryle.
Mr Speaker, I think it's very straightforward why the Minister of Finance would have confidence and success in the program. Though I've got to say the people who won't have confidence or success in their own program is the party opposite, because if they did believe what they're saying, they would commit to buy back these assets. And Mr Cunliffe was sort of, oh, we might do, we might not. It's all over the show.
Question number 4, Dr Russell Norman.
Thank you.